Welcome back to the channel, subscribers. My name is Dominic James Murray, CEO and founder here at Cameron James. Okay, so today we're going to be discussing the topic of transferring all of your pensions down into one pension pot. This is a common inquiry we get and something which people list as one of their key reasons for considering a UK final salary pension transfer. So it's very important at this point to signify between the two different types of pension transfer in the UK. You have a defined benefit pension transfer or consolidation, or a DC pot pension and consolidation. Now, when it comes to consolidating down a final salary or defined benefit pension scheme, the idea of consolidating down into one pot, whilst very rational, doesn't really work with the FCA. They don't deem the fact that you want to consolidate your final salary pension to make it easier for you to manage or have online access. They don't deem this to be a suitable reason to give up your defined benefit or safeguarded benefits or your guaranteed income for life from your final salary scheme. Compared on the other side of the equation to defined contribution scheme, it is more than enough rationale to consolidate down your defined contribution scheme because you want to manage everything in one pot. Let's look at a very quick, simple example. So say you worked in the UK and you had 5 different jobs. Within each of these jobs, you would have built up a defined benefit contribution, a defined benefit or defined contribution pension scheme. If you have 3 or 4 defined contribution pension schemes scattered across different providers with different charges, different funds, different platforms, different logins, different annual statements, that's a hassle. And it's very difficult for you actually to manage your money effectively. What's the risk profile of each portfolio? Did anyone even ask you what your risk profile was when you invested inside the DC scheme? It's highly unlikely. You would have been numbered 2679 and you get invested the same as everyone else. Actually, the statistics from the UK are that 90% of UK pensions are still invested in the default funds, which they are invested in day one when the pension scheme was opened. That means the pension hasn't been updated since the 90s or the noughties or possibly even the 80s. So that gives you a little bit of idea about consolidations. Consolidation for DB, yes, it's a factor for you, it's important for you, but it's not a very strong rationale point for final salary pension transfer. In fact, we've completely removed it from our final salary report. The FCA are just not interested. To consolidate in a final salary scheme and giving up your defined benefit is not worth you not having to log into 2 places at the same point in time. But for defined contribution schemes, absolutely normal. And as you know, if you've done your research by now, for defined contribution schemes, you do not need a pension transfer specialist to review and sign the report for you. Whilst it's obviously still advisable, the process is far more simple for the DC schemes in comparison to DB schemes. So to answer your question, yes, you can consolidate down all pension pots into one, but it's certainly advisable for DCs, but not always advisable for DBs. If any of you have had any questions about this, or you'd like to get in touch, leave your comments below. We look forward to answering them. And as always, head over to the website and get yourself booked in for your free initial consultation. Thank you and speak to you soon. Bye-bye.